To act bad, I think, is a talent too. Right?
Yeah.
Hello, watchers. We're watching whatever. I am Nathan. Joining me here is Danny. We're here back with Squid Game Season 2, Episode 6. So 2 more episodes for the season. I'm really interested in what's going to happen. We were talking last episode how, the show, obviously because of its structure, it's kind of limited to what it can do, right? It's about the games. So that part is, there's nothing crazy surprising there. It's just some surprises they threw in with the characters and different things that they did with the story. But, at this point, just like Danny said, I'm really interested. I'm watching this because I'm interested about the games and how they're going to proceed with that. And then how Gi Hun's going to go after the front man. And what Byung Hun, the front man's play is coming into the game. Right. So that's where we're at. But we're gonna start episode 6 here. Before we start, I'd like to remind everybody on YouTube to hit that like and subscribe button and share your comments with us. Love to hear from you and your thoughts about the show and possibly how season 3 is going to go and how it's going to end. If you want to check us out on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/watchingwhatever. Watch our full-length reaction and commentary along with your copy of the show, which is available on Netflix. And for our Patreon viewers, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your support. And we're going to start the show.
Oh, yeah.
The numbers game.
Right.
10명.
5 people are going to be eliminated.
거기 몇 명이죠? 4명이요. 그런 거 하고인데?
I have a feeling at some point the mom's going to sacrifice herself to save her son and push him into a group.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were desperate enough, do you think you can do the job that the people in the jumpsuits are doing?
내 덕에 목숨 건진 줄들 알아.
아유 깜짝이야.
You gotta be kind of like messed up or evil to do that job, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you need, man. Like,
What is with the shaman?
이놈이 여기까지 끌려온 이유가 있었어.
she's still gonna kill him.
Is she?
탈락자를
Dang. I thought she would just blast those fools, dude.
Well, I don't think she, because then they would probably everyone else would end up killing her probably.
That's true.
I think she's going to work on her revenge.
Right. I mean, they threatened to basically like assault her, like,
Well, they're
like
gonna say
SA her.
No, they threatened to like cut off her fingers and stuff.
Right, and then he said, I'm gonna have some fun with you.
That too.
You know? That's like, yeah.
245 people left.
I mean, I get it, like, drugs are a mystery here or whatever, but this is like ridiculous,
Yeah,
dude.
this is like, they're in another land.
Yeah.
But although he did say
then-
it's something like no one has
Something
ever had
new.
before, yeah.
Right. Maybe it's like the penguin's mushroom drugs, man.
Oh yeah, Bliss.
먼저 뛰어가세요 빨리. 여기 3명.
Because he's safe no matter what.
Right.
나 한 번만 더 나 반말하면은 다음에 너 버린다.
니네 우리 경수 못다 죽었어.
안 걸릴 것 같아.
There's like 3 of them.
33번 방 탈락.
They're gonna shoot through the door. Is that her?
Is there some kind of marker to it must be her though, right? Why else would they focus
Yeah.
on like yeah.
Yeah, there's no other way for us to recognize her.
Yeah.
Oh, he made it.
Oh, he made it.
Oh, we know that's her.
Right.
형님!
돌아오셔서 다행이에요.
다음에 만약에 6명을 부르면 그냥 우리 이대로 오케이 아닌가?
미안해.
But then they would have been wrong on every other one already.
I thought of that earlier when that shaman was looking around.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna mention like, "Hey, we have one extra."
Right.
It's so weird how like they're smiling and laughing at the joke when there's so much death around them.
Yeah.
Just like they kind of started getting desensitized to it.
It's probably how our brains work.
Yeah.
세 명.
불식 지점에서 한 명을 찾아야 돼.
나랑 가자.
That's what I would say. I'd be like, let's us go and find one more person.
Yeah.
He betrayed her.
한 명만 같이 갈게요.
You have two groups of two. Split.
아 그냥 가요. 이러다 다 죽어. 우리 엄마예요. 엄마.
Dang.
Come on, someone has to grab the mom.
What? You couldn't pull yourself free?
Someone
to
grabbed
save
her.
your own
Someone,
mom?
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Seriously though, yeah, you couldn't have pulled yourself free. I would have kicked one of them.
Hell yeah, man. I would have grabbed her, carried her in there, and threw one of those guys out. Man. Dude. You think she feels it? Like he was gonna let me die, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
두 분 덕분에 제가 살았습니다.
근데 아드님은 어디 갔어요?
우리 아들놈을 놓쳤어요. 우리 아들은요. 그런 사람 아닙니다.
Byung Hun can play such a like a nice guy.
His acting in this show is pretty good.
Yeah. Did that girl make it? Yep.
She had to have made it.
Now she's gonna look at him like a,
You know.
you ditched her. You betrayed her.
She's gonna understand though, just like this lady's gonna understand.
Yeah. It's like I said about season 1, right? As much as we hate certain people, it's really about your survival.
Yeah, so all our groups of like side characters are all kind of starting to mix and get to know each other, huh?
Yeah.
엄마.
This fool, man.
I mean, he was dragged off, but he didn't put up that much of a fight.
Yeah.
괜찮아? 살았어. 엄마 살았어.
미안해. 엄마.
Damn, this lady's like mother of the century, man.
She's the mother that all Korean kids dream about.
Right.
I'm just joking with that.
Yeah, we've kind of, that the dude with the sick daughter, we've kind of lost his story for a while.
Yeah.
6명.
전 엄마랑 갈게요. 제가 갈게요.
Yeah, hurry up and go.
뭐야? 빨리 나가! 여기 있어. 빨리.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh,
They're gonna lose one person.
3,
영민아.
2, 1.
dang.
Oh.
영민아. 영민아. 영민아.
Oh.
Oh. Woo. Dang, that's like the first like pretty painful death, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it's because of this guy. Oh my god.
Oh man.
때문이야.
나 아니었으면 당신도 죽었어.
너 때문이야.
He's right though. There wasn't
Yeah,
enough
he's
time.
right.
내 말이 틀렸어요.
이 사람 말이 맞아요.
Dang, I got a little teary-eyed from that.
Yeah, man. Dang. At least they're not gonna like harvest the organs and
Yeah.
I hope.
No, she's already. Well,
She looked like she was like dead, right?
yeah. I mean, whether they do that or not, just the hopefully that she's dead, right? She's not
Right.
like alive and they're cutting her open. Is the game over?
이제 마지막
어, 네.
라운드를 시작하겠습니다.
남은 사람 수가 126명. 여기 방은 50개.
Oh,
26, at least 26 people will die.
yeah.
At least.
I wasn't considering the number of rooms.
Right.
You gotta fight for the room now.
Yeah, now the rooms.
Oh no.
Dang.
Get rid of that old guy first.
No, man, that fool on top, they're gonna make it to the very end. You know, man. The most detestable people have to survive too, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that, but also just the way he was talking the last episode, it makes me feel like,
Yeah.
you know, not gonna make. Hopefully, he doesn't make it. I mean, him I knew. Top I knew was gonna make it.
Yeah.
Oh, they made it.
They made it.
Oh, there's someone there. Kick him out. Kick him out.
우리가 먼저 들어왔어.
Oh, if he kills him, he doesn't count as a body. Wow.
Holy
Wow. Holy crap.
Oh, man.
He finally showed
That was
like
pretty intense,
he
man.
finally showed like his real side to somebody.
Right.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was a crazy one. Yeah, they still like did a good job like making these like games fun, like the new games and stuff.
Yeah.
네. 이거 이름이 뭐라고?
드론이요, 드론.
Drone. Drone.
Drunk.
I think they're gonna find something that makes him think it's the island.
날씨만 도와주면 충분히 찾을 수 있습니다.
I'm so happy to see you again, bro.
I just hate everything about this, like this, man.
You know, one thing I will say though, to act bad, I think is a talent too. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll give him credit for that. He's doing a good job being bad.
Yeah.
우리 나가서 다시 시작하자.
But F you.
한 사람당 상금이 3, 4억 정도 될 것 같다.
나가면 그 다음엔
그거 너랑 나랑 합치면 꽤 되는 돈이잖아. 남은 돈으로 내가 새로...
Investing again.
너네 돈이 필요한 거지?
난 돈 제대로 벌어서 다 같이 잘 살아.
제대로? 제대로가 얼만데? 난 내 돈으로 내 아이 키울 테니까.
제주도 좋네. 여기까지 들어와서.
너무 그렇게 애달할 거 없어. 이놈도 곧 그년 저승길 길동무가 될 거니까.
Kick her in the face. Just straight jump kick her right now.
얘들 모두 이 안에서 차례대로 하나씩 숨통을 끊어달라.
I just realized a parallel, right? Season 1, you had the preacher guy.
I was gonna say that during these times, like these type of religious nuts, like they probably get followers easily.
Yeah. Yeah, for any foreigners who don't really know, Korea is pretty heavy with the cults. Surprisingly, there's quite a good number of cults out here. Cleanse yourself.
아, 그럼 투표로 이기는 건 또 힘들단 얘기네.
근데 반대로 X 눌렀던 사람이 동그라미로 마음을 옮길 수도 있잖아요.
웬만하면 마음을 바꾸지 않을 거예요. 상금이 적었을 때도 그만두려고 그랬던 사람들이니까.
I mean, he's probably seen this like these patterns so many times.
Oh, yeah. And he was a part of it.
지금 저쪽을 자극하면 투표를 하기도 전에 큰 싸움이 생길 수가 있어요.
Who's right? It's so interesting, man.
I think logically, Lee Byung-hun makes sense. If you go try to convince people, then the people who want to stay are gonna do the same thing.
이 상금이요. 대충 계산해도 3억이 넘어요. 이 정도면 우리가 이길 확률 충분히 있다고 생각해요.
It's easier to convince the people who wanted to stay to continue to want to stay. It's better for them to just change their mind after seeing all the death and seeing how close they got to dying to change their mind.
Right.
For a second, I thought that's what they were showing them.
And then they tricked us.
저거 뭐야? 이거 문인가? 좀 더 아래로 내려봐.
자, 다들 상륙 준비해.
3억 5,600.
If I was in there at this point, I would be like, yeah, I'm done. Think about how many people died already in the last game. Like, what are your odds of remaining alive?
Dang, most people are voting the same they did before, huh?
I think it's that idea most people have, right? You either die there or you go out to the world and, you know, you're going to live in hell. It's that Vegas idea, go big or go home.
진작에 협조했으면 좋았잖아. 응? 예쁜 얼굴에 키스도 안 하고.
Lee Byung-hun's right though. No one who's hit X earlier is hitting circle.
125번.
가자 민수야. 가자.
Come on, hit X. Hit X. Hit X. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, I knew it. I think after seeing that girl die, it really affected him.
Taggart.
Do you think they're on the right island?
No. It can't be that easy.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's gonna be like a, what is it, like a red herring or whatever.
Maybe it's like an old base during the war.
Oh, booby trap. Dang, what if Lee Byung-hun's the one who
I'm thinking Lee Byung-hun's
who breaks
gonna
the tie?
hit circle. Maybe for the next game he doesn't participate and he reveals himself.
Oh, maybe.
To Gi Hun. The son's gonna change his mind to go to X, so it is gonna fall on Lee Byung-hun. She gonna change your mind?
이제 됐어요. 남은 사람 둘 다 X예요.
영일 씨 말이야. 그게 아까 방에서
She changed.
She's the first X person to change.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All because of the shaman. You stupid person believing someone like her. I thought there was more than 100 people left in this.
It had to have been exactly 100, right? Yeah, because of the number of rooms.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I totally forgot about that again. You're right.
근데 영일 씨, 난 좀 무서워. 아까 마지막 게임 때 방에서 사람.
Yeah, well, it's the tiebreaker.
투표의 결과가 동수일 경우 다시 재투표를 실시한다. 내일 재투표를 실시하겠습니다.
So if you want to stay, what's your best bet? Like, or if you want to leave, it'll kill some people, right?
I was just gonna say, is this where they allow them to start taking each other out?
Yeah, I mean that's. Damn, dude,
man.
what's gonna happen?
버틸 수 있지?
네, 괜찮습니다.
저런 함정까지 파놓은 거 보면 이미 우리 동선을 다 알고 있다는 건데.
So even these guys are willing to risk their lives for the money. It's like the same on the inside and the outside, right?
Yeah. Well, they're basically mercenaries, right? And mercenaries work for
Right.
money is their motivating factor. Plus, since they're soldiers, they have that mentality of getting the job done.
아니다. 뭐 사람이 이상하겠어.
They got glass
여기가
bottles
이상한 거지.
again. In the last season, the game where they played that was they all had glass bottles too.
영일 씨 고맙습니다. 덕분에 또 기회가 생겼어요.
아까 기훈 씨가 말했던 것처럼 저쪽에 있는 사람들 중에서 몇 명 설득해서 마음을 바꾸도록 해봐야죠.
한 사람 이쪽으로 오세요. 한우 먹을 수 있습니다. 그냥 제가 다 쏘겠습니다.
8억이면 아예 한우 목장을 차리고도 남아.
And if you die, what happens?
다음 게임 끝나고 살아있을 것 같아? 뭐라고? 야, 이리 와봐.
집에 가고 싶다는 새끼들이 왜 김밥을 처먹어?
This is where it starts.
They want them to fight.
Yeah.
They give them forks, bottles.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Oh boy, shut the down. 그만해.
넌 다음 차례니까 껴들지 말고 오줌이나 지리고 가.
지금 이놈들이 우리 편 협박하고 있어요.
We're gonna get a bathroom brawl.
동그라미 형들!
민술로 와. 걷는 게 좀 이상해 보이던데. 배도.
걔 건드리지 마, 이 개새끼들아. 이 개새끼야.
Dude, you know who Top reminds me of? He reminds me of McLovin from Kick-Ass.
Really?
You know McLovin and Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
The purple hair or whatever, the red hair?
Yeah, you're right. He does a little bit. Bathroom brawl. Oh. You got some. Oh. Oh.
Yo.
Ow. Ow. Oh.
Damn.
And they stop it right
It's
there.
Full on. It's gonna be full on like riot.
Yeah.
Bloody riot.
Just like the last one.
Yeah, that's gonna be the thing that sets it off, man. It's crazy.
I'm kind of glad though, at least that something. I mean, that's not enough to probably kill him, but
right.
I'm just glad he got something.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, so there's, I mean, contrivances and all, whatever it is, the show is still entertaining.
Yeah, no, it's really entertaining.
That last game that they played was like,
yeah,
it even got me a little emotional.
They did a really good job of like and from season 1, like making the games exciting, raising the stakes and all that. That's they do a good job. Even though some of it feels like emotional manipulation, like telling us like the backstories of these characters just to like kill them or whatever.
What?
But
a Korean drama emotionally manipulating us?
Right. But like if you just kind of like let yourself go along with it, like and I think that's why this show would work better as like a as the binge to be binged. Yeah, I think it'll work better. Because then you won't really notice like like certain things, but and I think you'll the overarching kind of like arcs, like with number 11 and Lee Jung-jae's kind of like plan, what's happening outside, all those things won't feel so kind of like spread apart. It'll feel more like you're like
right.
if you're binging it, it'll all kind of fit together, like it's probably spaced out in a certain way where like if you binge it, it'll like flow better.
Yeah, I think you're right. If with the way we were watching this, even though we're not spacing this out far, but it's still been several days to get up to episode 6. It does feel, and especially when we take a break and have to film the next day or two, that
right.
Those scenes with those characters, it does feel really far apart and spaced out a whole bunch.
Yeah. Right. And I think like, like we've seen shows where like they will kind of focus one whole episode on one subplot or another full episode on a different subplot. And it works for those shows really well, especially when there's like a depth of like character and like a backstory that kind of will add to like the overall like story. But here I feel like I mean, I think they just did the best they could, and spacing it out in this way keeps us kind of remembering what's going on, but and in a binge session it'll all work better. But I think the way we're watching it, and maybe if they had released it like one episode like a week or whatever, the way like HBO does, I think it would have been a lot like harder to kind of get over certain things. But still, really entertaining show. I think I was really hypercritical about it last time for some reason. Like I think I was like upset about something. I don't know. Like
I know where you're coming from, because I kind of felt that way. Right? It's because the story is like all of a sudden it jumps to the guys on the outside and doing something at the end, and it was almost like it came out of nowhere kind of feeling. right?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I completely understand where you're coming from on the last episode where you
Right.
you know you got a little bit critical there, but it isn't without any fault to you. Like it did feel that way, right?
Right.
What I was just
Yeah.
trying to do was just trying to put myself into just how entertaining was the show for
Right.
me. Because if I started getting critical,
Right.
I think I would have started hating the show more,
Right.
and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So
I don't hate it at all. I just think like you know, certain things like I understand that like it was probably meant to be binged, and that's why they were able to kind of, or they did it in this way. Like one thing I was thinking is you know, like one of the things I was talking about is like those outside characters. Like if they kind of like didn't exist, I don't think it would change the story that much.
Yeah,
you know, like yeah,
up to
like,
this point, it
like,
wouldn't.
I mean. Right. I mean, obviously, they're gonna have to play a role in rescuing, like, you know, Lee Jung-jae's character or something. They have to play some role, and we got this. We have to see Lee Byung and his brother like confront each other again. Maybe that's how it's revealed, like that. He's like he's like one of the bad guys because the cop will say like, "I know him" or whatever, you know. But I was thinking like. You know, like the inside characters, we have a whole bunch of characters we're like kind of emotionally invested in, and if and when they die, if, you know, even like some of like the like really minor characters, it kind of makes us feel sad, you know. But the outside characters, I know they're not doing a good job telling that story because one fool died and another fool has like a bandage on his head, and I don't even care. Like,
I didn't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man, at all, dude. You know, like, oh, one guy died. Oh well, you know, it's like that, man. Yeah,
like, the only characters from the outside group that I have any kind of investment in is a cop, the younger brother, right, and the loan shark guy.
Right. Right.
Everyone else is like
maybe even the Seaboat captain.
Maybe
the
captain,
you know?
Captain
like,
too. Yeah, a little bit. But other than that, like you said, when the booby trap exploded, it was just more like, oh, dude, there's a booby trap. I didn't care that someone died.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. They're trying to create those parallels and like lowering the people into the hull of the ship or whatever, similar to the, you know, the coffin going, whatever. You know, they're doing some cool things like visually and like storytelling wise. We're trying to create these parallels and stuff. But like, you know, we're emotionally invested in one side, and the other side, it doesn't matter at all, man. Like that cop is the nothing, like, you know.
And when you said that, that had crossed my mind because when the scene when they're lowering the guy into the boat, my thought was, is it gonna be cold enough to keep that body from rotting too much? That was my thought.
That's funny, man.
So it was there was no emotion involved with that.
Right. Man.
So with this episode now, so couple of things. I really thought the mom was gonna die in this episode.
Okay.
Right? Because of the way how the son had turned and you know and decided to play one more round.
Right.
I thought it was gonna be where she would have you know, during that game she sacrificed herself to let her son live, and he would have felt so bad at his decision.
Right, that he played one more game. Yeah.
Right? So good on them to not write it in that way. That would have made it very kind of predictable. I also thought that old rich guy, he was gonna die too because of how he's talking and everything he's doing.
Right.
I think it was just more kind of wishful thinking that, you know, like his character was taken out.
Right. Like the bad guys need to get punished eventually, right?
Yeah.
So like how does it happen?
It's not they're bad guys, they're just greedy.
Right. They're just greedy.
They're greedy people. And they're the bad guys as far as the story goes.
Right.
You know, not like they're personally like bad people, like murderers and you know, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, the actions they take in this game probably led to the murders of, you know, I mean, obviously, like, it's beyond their control and survival. Yeah, in the outside world, they're just people with a lot of debt. We should feel kind of sorry for them.
And greed, right?
Yeah.
But, man, you know, they ended it right off at the start of this riot that's going on.
Right. I wonder what's going to happen, man. I wonder
It's
what's gonna
obviously
happen.
gonna do to where more people on the X side are gonna lose.
Right,
To
because they
keep
have
it-
to stay to finish the games.
Mhm.
Yeah, unless like my wild ass prediction is
They stop it
they
in a whole new game.
because the last time it was one more game, right? They stop it, and then in order to get Lee Jung-jae, like there has to be some kind of thing that happens to put him in a brand new like a set of games or something. Like I don't know, man.
I mean, who knows?
I'm
Who
so
knows
curious.
what they're gonna do?
Yeah, I want to know what happens.
But
But I can imagine like the majority of the next episode is probably going to be like the riot, covering the riot and who lives and who survives this like kind of ordeal, you know?
yeah,
Um,
I also feel
yeah.
like the next episode is gonna be some kind of reveal with Lee Byung-hun, with the front man.
Right.
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 Whether or
Yeah.
not he
I mean,
completely reveals himself, or somehow Lee Jung-jae gets some
Uh-huh.
suspicion, but I feel like there's got to be some kind of reveal there. Now, do you think? Oh, yeah.
Before I lose this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like if there's a full-on riot and his life is really in danger, would the pink suits come in to save him? And then everyone will know like this guy is why did they come in just to save this guy or something like that, you know? That could be the reveal. Or like, or maybe it's not even that suspicious, but like everyone's fighting, but then once his life is in danger, then they break up the riot. And so then for the people who are already suspicious of him will be like, like
that could be
something like that, right?
Especially with Gi Hun knowing what he knows now.
Right.
So yeah, that could definitely be it. I'm wondering though. Well, my one big question is for the soldiers and the cop. Do you think they found the right island? Because they could have easily just booby trapped some other random island.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think they just booby trapped the random island.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was an island they're on.
Yeah, I don't think that's the island. Yeah. It can't be that easy. After all this shit, like, it can't be that easy. They have to raise the stakes on that story, too. So now, these guys could die, too. It's got to be that kind of thing.
True.
One thing I was thinking of is, there's something called a Chekhov's gun. We might have talked about this before, but there's a playwright or something, and he basically the rules of, like, plays or storytelling is if you see a gun in the first scene of a play or a movie, then that gun has to play a part later. In this episode, we saw Chekhov's fork, right? Lee Jung-jae notices the fork, and because we've already seen season 1, we know, dang, they did this on purpose, right? Like they wanted a riot to happen. Maybe that's why Lee Byung-hun, he was in the position to break the tie or whatever to do that. He wants the games, he wanted it to have to go to a second vote.
Yeah,
right.
Remember after he hit the button, he had that smirk.
Yeah, because he was in a position basically like every time it's really mattered, he's been in the position to choose like whether the games continue or not.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think he wanted it to be a tie because he wanted this riot to happen, and that's why they got glass bottles and forks.
Yep.
And I wonder if other people will put that together eventually, like the in-story characters will figure that out.
Probably not, because only Gi Hun's been there. Only Gi Hun's experienced it.
That's true.
For everyone else, it's brand new.
Right. That's true. Yeah, he's gonna have to be the one to figure out that Lee Byung-hun's like shady.
Man, I'm really starting to enjoy how they're playing out Lee Byung-hun's character.
Dude, his acting is so good.
He's really.
I gotta be honest, man. I'm a little bit of an Lee Byung-hun hater, but man, like in this show, like he's really good. I understand, man. He's a big star, and like he's been in some of like my favorite like Korean movies. But I always thought like, I don't know, man. Like, but here, like, super impressed, man. The most impressed I've ever been. Like I talked about like in that one movie where about his hair and everything, like stuff like that, like bug me about this guy. He's like so good here, man.
See, I've been a fan. I've liked his acting. I liked him in I Saw the Devil. I liked him in Mr. Sunshine. I'm really liking him in this though. And the way they've written his character, right? The way he's playing it, dude, it's really good.
yeah, what's his motivation, man? Is it just to throw a monkey wrench in all of Lee Jung-jae's plans, or is he in there to teach a lesson, or like it must be because he wants to throw a monkey wrench in the plans, right? That's like one of the justifications for him going in, you know. But I feel like his personal motivation is to show something to Lee Jung-jae, you know.
Yeah. Well, because
right?
the whole time, from the very first episode when he's talking to him, and he's like, "You should have gone on the plane. You should whatever, you know."
Right.
And then in the limo, right, the conversation. So Lee Jung-jae is, you know, he's so adamant about I'm going to stop you. So Lee Byung-hun, I feel like the frontman's character is like, all right, well, let me show you, let me show you why I'm right that everyone is trash and they don't deserve saving.
Right. Yeah, I think that's definitely like going to be part of his motivation for sure, man. Oh, dude, let's get going, man. Let's finish this up.
We'll end episode 6 here. We're gonna jump right into episode 7 after this. But again, for those of you on YouTube, thank you for being here with us. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Give us your comments, your thoughts about this. What do you think about all the soldiers, right? Do you have any kind of emotional investment with those characters? Do you feel like at this point were they any help to the story so far? Which I don't really think we could have done without them up to this point. They're obviously going to play some kind of role later, right? But for now, it just kind of seems redundant for it to be there. But yeah, give us your thoughts. Share your comments with us. I'd love to hear from you. For our Patreon viewers, same thing. We'd love to hear your comments. Right? Leave us your comments. And again, I want to thank all our Patreon subscribers for your support. We really appreciate all of you. And thank you for being here with us and watching along. And with that, we're signing off. Good night.